Good morning. Welcome to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. We're on the wonk this morning. Sean's literally stood there like that now, trying to keep the camera straight. Let it do its thing. It'll come back. It's a little horror, isn't it? Anyway, never mind. Tuesday. It's all right. I'll just stand. Which way do I need to stand? That way? That way? Other way? Yeah, I'm on a ship. Like that. Anyway, welcome to Tuesday here at Live Shopping and Highlight Crafts. ScanNCut today at 8 and 12 and 6. And we've got some cracking deals for you on USBs, which is brilliant. So all that we've been through the warehouse, found the stock that we've got left. There's high volumes on some, not on others, so you need to be fast. But we're going to have a cracking show this morning. I'm going to talk to you about resizing reflections, which is cool. Right, so first of all, let me introduce you to the team. We've got our Sean on cameras this morning. There you are, little wave. We've got Amber in the producer's seat. Hello. There you go. And you've got me for an hour. Right, let me tell you a little bit about live shopping and where to watch us and how to shop, because it's super easy. You can watch us on Facebook. You can also watch us on Instagram, our website, which is highlightcrafts.com, and YouTube, okay? So you can put us on your big TV if that's what you want to do, which is good, isn't it? If you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code. And all you need to do to purchase that product is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video. And that's going to automatically pop it into a basket for you, okay? Then we're going to send you a direct message, and in that message you'll find a link. Click the link, that will take you to the website where I need you to log into your account and then check your baskets out. It's really important that you're logging in. If you're brand new to us, welcome. If you haven't shopped with us before, please open an account first, because it automatically and for free makes you a member of Club Highlight, which means that you get extra discount on every single order that you place. You also get loyalty points for every £1 that you spend, and you get that basket to over £35 and we'll pay your postage. So after discounts, obviously, then we'll pay your postage for you. So it's all the good stuff of being a club member and none of the subscriptions or the membership fees, which is fabulous. Now, if you would prefer to watch us directly on our website, you can also do that. Just go to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts to stream, all the items in that show will appear down the right hand side of your screen. All you need to do then is select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they will appear at the top of your screen as a little red shopping bag. When you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag and that will take you through that process. So it couldn't be easier. Also, remember to have a good look around our website as well, because we've got some really good deals on there. So have a good look. We've got Outlet, we've got all sorts going on. And if you don't want to miss any shows, just type the word live now into the comments underneath the video, and that will give us permission to send you notifications, just a little ping to your phone, so that you know when the show's about to start. And if you really don't want to miss out on any of the deals, and a lot of you have been doing that this morning because our main bundle is sold out already, then you can shop ahead from midnight. Right, let's say good morning to a few of you while everybody joins us. Oh, we've got loads of you watching this morning. Thank you for that. We've got Ria, Glynis, Sue, Sandra, Norma, Alice, Avril, morning. Mary, Barbara B, morning everybody. Chris, Yvonne, Veronica, Lynn, Anne, wow, loads of you. Rebecca, morning. Rex says morning. Jamel and the team at Highlight. And we've got Pat, we've got another Pat, we've got Deborah, Sheila, Wendy, Jane, Morwen, Lynn, Alison. Alison Pearson says, good morning, Highlight is my favourite day of the week. Oh, that's nice, I like that. Good morning to Faye, Alison, Karen and Wendy. Oh, Anne's just joined us, and Penny and Derek. Morning, Playmate, says Karen. You're all coming in, aren't you? Right, first of all, before we get into the USBs, I want to talk to you about cardstock. Because cardstock is super important, and this time last week we bought you a brand new posh card and it sold out before lunchtime. So I'm bringing you this one. Now this one launched, I want to say Saturday morning, we haven't got a lot left. So I'm just going to take these bits out because I'm going to show you those in a little while. That's what I was doing yesterday in a show. Now then, in this card pack, it's lovely. So on one side, you've got a very, very slight texture. And on the other side, that texture is a little bit more defined. Now, it's really not easy to see on camera at all, but it reminds me of Basildon Bond. If you remember that writing paper, it had that very faint lines going through it. It's a bit like that. Now, in here, you're going to get 30 A5, okay? You're going to get 60 A4. You're also going to get 30 12 by 12. And you're going to get, put that lot down, it's heavy. You're going to get 30 A3. So if you want to do your crackers, bigger boxes, all that kind of thing, you've got A3 in there as well. So you're getting 150 sheets for $19.99. Now we're getting to a position now with this particular paper mill, whereas we can't get repeats of product. Okay, so if you want it, you need to pop it into your basket and get that basket checked out. It cuts beautifully on your ScanNCut, but first of all, it also scores really nicely as well, so you don't get that horrible crack or crease in there at all, which is lovely. And it die cuts beautifully. This is one of the dies we had on the Tattered Lace show yesterday. All of these, so your little invitation or your place setting, your gatefold cards, because you can cut them in half. Remember, we've been dividing shapes. You can do that using the matte layer as an aperture, and then in the opposite corner using it as a solid base. And also cutting it out, now this is really cool, cutting it out, spray gluing it onto a piece of card and then running it back through the die cutting machine makes it look like it's embossed. So you've got the ability to do all of this exactly the way you would with your ScanNCut. Now the difference is, if you're doing this with a die, you're going to get that slightly beveled edge. When you're doing it with a straight blade, it's going to look like this. It's going to be flat. So actually, you don't even need a die cutting machine, because when you stick that down, it will just look like your card's embossed. Isn't that fabulous? So please, please, please don't miss out on this card. Now, normally we do our posh cards at $29.99. Last week, we brought you one at $19.99, and we've done the same again today. That's before you discount. Now you need to get your basket to over £35 and we'll pay the postage. Make sure it's after your discounts and then we'll pay that postage, because that is 4.6 kilograms. It's heavy. It is. Right, let's have a look at these. Now then, we've found some not oddments, but kind of end of lines of products recently. And we had 3 as a bundle, but it's gone already. So the 2 that we've got left, these are USBs. They come from First Edition Crafts, which is a brand that's been around for a long, long time. They come in this lovely little packet, and your instruction book or your image sheet comes in there, and then you've got your USB in there as well. So it says they are compatible for Cricut, Silhouette and Brother machines, so you're good to go on this one. And these are deals, so you're going to get these layered buildable scenes. Okay, now we know that, don't we, that when we've got a cutting file, we've got a cutting file. It can draw it, we can foil it, we can emboss it, do all those amazing things. But on this one, you're going to get 10 sets of SVG files. Now straight away on there you've got a brick wall, so you could use that as a stencil if that's what you wanted to do. 15% of this is already allocated and in people's baskets. You need to be quick on these, because when they're gone, we're definitely not bringing these back. But you've got wreath, you've got snowflakes, you've got a little bird, you've got a little Christmas village, a penguin, little decorative elements with your cracker in there. And if I just bring in the front cover, you can see how you can build these up. Now these would be good in card, they'd also be great in vinyl. If you've got your vinyl starter kit, these would be great for that. So you've got all of those, 10 sets for $6.99 before you discount. This is going to be, guys, fast as fingers first. We had a couple of people complaining yesterday that by the time they got to the basket, it had gone. I can't change that for you. all you have to do is just be a little bit quicker. I hate it because I know how it feels and it's not nice, but we can't do anything about that. So in your basket, and then check them out, please, because this is flying. It's limited stock. Knew these wouldn't last. Right, let's have a look at your second one now. These are all your Christmas sentiments. So that one was shop build. This one is shop sentiment. So you're getting all of these. You've got 40 in total. You've got Merry Christmas without the frame, Happy New Year, joy, season's greetings, peace, warm wishes, and they go through. Let it snow, ho, ho, ho. Love that. Peace, joy and love. That would be a whole card for me. I cut it out several times from a posh card, layer it up, and that would be like a chipboard embellishment. You've got Noel, you've got jingle bells, you've got, look at this, your tags with to and from already cut into them. That's brilliant. You've got Silent Night, just for you, loads of different ones. 'Tis the Season, Holly Jolly Christmas, Good Tidings, Cool Yule, all of those. So 40 Christmas sentiments, shop sentiments, $6.99. It's limited stock already. You're going to have to be quick on those. Sorry, we could get what we got. That's it. Bills all allocated. And sentiment is 40%. Told you. It's funny, isn't it? Because I've been doing this so long now, I know exactly what's going to sell first. I could literally take the show proposal and do that after Melanie, stop faffing, and tell you exactly which ones are going to sell out first. Don't miss out on that. I like that because these are going to be great out of your vinyl. They're going to be fabulous. Love that. Right, let's go on to these now then. A Frosted Eve. This was one of my favourite collections. Oh, it's gone. Flipping heck. Welcome to ScanNCut. Now then, I'm going to talk to you about this one next because this was one of my favourite ones that we did. This is called Blooming Brilliant Botanicals. And this was all about cutting out your stencils, okay? Now then, so what we did was we did 6... Is it gone? Oh, the other one's gone. Sentiments is gone. Well done if you got your hands on those. Right, what we did was we chose 6 flowers. So your gerbera daisy, your hydrangea, your peony, your lily, your sunflower, and your rose. And with each one of those, you get your foliage and you get your florals. Now you'll see you've got 3 different layers. So you've got a pale teal, which is your matte layer. You've then got the deeper teal, which is your second layer, and then you've got that pink, which could be your 3rd layer, or your ink, okay? So this was all about using inks and paints. On top of that, what we've done is broken it all down. So now you've got all these individual pieces of foliage. Now this, at $14.99, is worth its weight in gold, just for that, to be able to make your wreaths. Forget the rest of it, just to be able to make those fabulous wreaths. So you've got all of these, and you've got all your florals separate as well. So if you just wanted to make a stencil out of the gerberas, you could do that, absolutely, and use it to create a background. And you've got all that. Now then, on top of that, what we did was we filmed a class which will be on our YouTube channel. And what we did was I filmed a class, it took as long as it took, and I showed you how to put any flower with any foliage. So instead of having 6 options, you've then got 36 options, because you can have the gerbera with the hydrangea with the peony, etc, etc. Now there is a full class available on Highlight Crafts YouTube channel for free that came with this, because I needed to do the education so that you could see exactly how it all worked. So it's a really good one, this. If you like making cards that are quite flat because you're worried about the postage and you love your inks or your paints and your stencils, that one is absolutely for you because it comes with that education, which is brilliant. Right. Morning all. Yay, ScanNCut show at the time I can tune in. Yeah, brilliant. Well done. That's fabulous, right? Jane, I sent an email yesterday about a ScanNCut scanning problem, and I need help, please, as I need the shape today. I scanned it in on a new scanning mat and it won't recognise it. The card is deep burgundy colour. Can you help? Right, Jane, please can you tell me whether it won't recognise the matte or it's not recognising the shape? I need to know which one of those it is, and then yes, absolutely, because I'm wondering whether you've got the wrong scanning mat. That's what I'm wondering. We'll work that out as we go through the show. As soon as Jane replies, will you let me know, please? Right, now then, totally perfect days. Now, this is an opportunity for those of you who haven't bought these previously, or you're brand new and you've just bought yourself a ScanNCut. So all those tattered lace customers, this is going to be perfect for you. Now look at the saving. You've got a £30 saving on this. Now on here, you're going to get the collection. So what we do when what we used to do, we do it slightly differently now, is when we had 2, 3 or 4 collections from 2 Red Robins, die collections, we would then convert them to SVG files, which means that you can then use them with your ScanNCut. So we converted them over and put usually 2, 3 or 4 collections on one USB. On this one, you've got Totally Awesome, Rainy Days, Perfect Picnic, Nesting Together and Christmas Crooners. So you're getting 5 collections on here. So let's go through this one. So you've got Terence and Teresa. You're then also going to get Chomper. So these are all your little bunnies having a perfect picnic. So you've got little bunnies, you've got them on the swing, you've got them the gramophone, you've got Life's a Picnic with the basket, you've got Roger and Bonnie, Snug as a Rug, love that, with your picnic blanket, and then the Bunnies Picnic, which is a gathering. So you're getting all of those as SVG files. Now, I know a lot of you know this, but I have to recap because we get new people all the time. So when we do our SVG files, we give you them in 3 different sizes. We always give you them as the original size, so the size that the die would be. Then we either do a smaller and a larger version, or a larger and an extra large version, depending on what that artwork calls for. So if the stem on a flower is super fine, we'll do it larger rather than smaller, so the machine can still cope with that line width. Then we give you all the detailed designs, which means that you can foil on top of your reflections, which is super, super cool. We also give you the matte layers, and we give you all of the artwork and all the artwork in reverse, and we also give you all the decoupage layers, which is brilliant. So you've got the Perfect Picnic. Then we come on to Christmas Crooners. So this was one of last year's Christmas, which is fabulous. You've got your Alpine Archway, your Bountiful Berries, you've got your Frozen Ferns, the Crooners, What's the Score, and Winter Getaway. Then on top of that, you're also going to get Nesting Together with Billy and Bernie. That is a fabulous shape. To be honest with you, you've got that in hundreds of different sizes. Rustic Birdhouse, that can become your card shape. It's fantastic. We might do something with that later on, actually. That would be a good one to do. Then we've got Rainy Days, so you meet the drizzles on here as well. You've got the umbrella. It makes me smile, that look at the little drizzles with they've got the little yellow Macintoshes on and the little hats. It's really cool. And then just to finish that one off, you're also going to get Something to Tell You, which is the little mice, and you've got the scenes in here that you can build up. Something to Tell You, so got a £30 saving on that one. Good grief. Shop Toad, $14.99. Right, Jane's replied. I'm doing this live because it's not recognising the shape. Okay, Jane, not sure why it's not doing that. Right, so you're putting your shape inside your scanning mat and you're scanning it in. I'm presuming you're scanning to cut data. I don't know why it wouldn't recognise it. Unless it's greyed out. Can you send me a screenshot?
There'll probably be an email on customer service, I think.
There's an email on customer service for you? For what?
It's in customer service. I'll have a look.
It's in customer services. Right, okay. Jane, just message me, or Sean will find it. Just email me, mel@highlightcrafts.com. I need you to send me a screenshot of your screen after you've scanned it, please. Because I'm not sure why that's. Can you also send me a picture of the mat and the packaging if you've still got it? Thank you. Oh, I know it's a proper ScanNCut scanning mat. I know that. I get that. But there's 2. One for a CM, one for an SDX. So does it say mat not recognised? from this, I'm presuming it's the shade, but we'll sort that out later on. Yeah, Sean's found your email, but can you send me those pictures, please, because that's really important. Thank you, Jane. We do our best. Right, now then, we've got another one here. This is chapters 21 to 24. So, Two Red Robins was all about the different chapters and the different adventures that all the animals and the birds had on their journey, if you like. So on this one, you're going to get April Showers, Hearts and Spades, Little Potting Club, and Pretty Bloomers. Little Potting Club's one of my favourites. Now then, Pretty Bloomers. So you've got your greenhouse. Now the artwork on this is brilliant because it literally looks like glass. It's very clever. But you print that on our printable acetate and put it behind the actual reflection. That's going to look amazing. So you've got your glass house, you've got your cabbage patch, your carrot tops, your collection of water, so you've got your water butts in there as well, sprouting scallions, sprouting violets, your sprouting broccoli, and your old-fashioned lawnmower. I can hear that click, 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 click as it turned. My granddad used to have one like that. Then we've got Hearts and Spades. So this is your your old broken ladder. You've got bunting in there. You've got ivy, creeping ivy. You've got in the meadow. You've got, look at that, old-fashioned penny farthing. How fabulous is that? This one was all about all the stuff that's, you know, that part of your garden you've got where all your stuff goes. That was about that one. So you're getting that one in there as well. Then you're also going to get Pretty Bloom. Oh, no, bear with, missed one. Then you're also going to get the Little Potting Club, and this is the one I've been working with this morning. This is lovely because you've got your baskets, so you've got your card shapes. You've got Billy and Bernie. We're going to work with these and show you how you can make them smaller. You've got Evergreen, which is a beautiful magnolia floral. You've got your Forget-Me-Nots, your gloves and your shears, your Get Snappy with your snapdragons. You've got his hat, her hat. You've got like a tray, a potting tray, sweet peas. And you've also got your thermometer on there as well. And then you're going to get this one, which is Pretty Bloomers. Now, this is all about the frogs and the gnomes up the side of the pond. So you've got, again, another card shape. Don't just look at these as, oh, right, I need to cut that out and stick it on a card. Some of these are your card shapes. You've got your waterfall in there. You've got your reeds. You've got your heron. Little pesky little things keep coming and nicking the fish. You've got, it's another sign, so you've got signposts in there. Loads and loads of options for you for $14.99. This is crazy, guys. You could get 3 for the price that you normally pay for 1. That's bonkers, but really good for you, so I'm happy. Right, next one is Buttercup Bloom Farm. We'll do another couple and then I'll go to demo and show you the reflections. Limited stock on this one. You're going to get, let's have a look, Beneath the Blooms, Betty and Barry, Buttercup Farm, Party Time, good grief, Pots of Love, and Village Life. Wow. Right, let's have a look at this Buttercup Bloom. So you've got Betsy the Tractor, you've got your buttercups, you've got your gatherings, you've got Bruce, you've got the farm, you've got the farmyard cluster, which is all your wildflowers. You've got Liliana, which is our, now then tell me, alpaca, llama, alpaca, llama. What's the difference? I don't know. No, I don't know either, Sean. Now you've got Jane, Jake, Ken, Hank, Chloe, and Cece. Those are your chickens and your turkey. You've got your farmyard gathering. You've got the Grange, again, another card shape, another card shape. Then we come over to here. Oh, this is really cool. Hats off, party time. This is where you can dress everybody up. This is super, super cool. Now remember, you could isolate these, make them bigger on a bigger mat and use these as party props as well, which would be really cool. It's gone. Too late. Told you. Got to be quick today. Right, let's do this one and then we'll go and do a demo. Now, this was our first one ever. We've got one left. Right, we've got one left. This is one of my favourites because it's got Christmas in. If any of you remember those big A3 pictures I did, so when we launch this, normally we do what we call a pack shot, you know, when the stepper's at the side and it's all displayed out. But for this one, I just did 4 A3 frames. This was during lockdown. You should have seen the kitchen in the house. There were die cuts everywhere for the ScanNCut. So I cut loads of stuff out and then I made these amazing 3D. I wonder where they've gone. because they were in reception. So this is 1 to 4. So on here, you're going to get Field of Dreams, Festive Birdsong, Forgotten Corner, and Summer Breeze. This one, next person that gets it in the basket, then it's gone. Please don't miss out on this because it's got some beautiful elements. Look at these. It's got your pine cone with the bow on. It's got your mistletoe in there. It's got a lovely entwined wreath, your holly sprig. You've got Merry Christmas. You've got your chimes. You've got your icicles, poinsettias, little birds. You've got your Rorte and Gate. I mean, that file in itself, I'd be happy to pay $14.99 for. Then you've also got your door and all your artwork gone. Flipping heck. Right, let's go and have a look at some reflections now. Because I want to show you a couple of different ways of doing this. Please excuse me while I just take these off my mat, because I'm cutting all these out for the next demo. So I've been in here early this morning, even when I got up this morning. So my routine in the morning is I get up, do what I need to do, come downstairs, let the dogs out, Betty and Darcy, Stephanie's dogs, bring them back in, and then we come to work. Well, this morning, Betty, she's a Dalmatian, she's 11, so she's old for a Dalmatian. Would she get out of her bed? Came downstairs at 6:20. She was like, not in a million years. Anyway, I managed to get her out. She literally just turned around and came back in and led back in bed. I was like, you know what, Betty, fine, that's all right. And then Darcy won't go out without Betty. So I had a proper little fight with them this morning, but it was funny. She actually sat there, Betty. I said, come on, Betty, you've got to go out. And she just went, literally like a petulant child. I was like, wow. She literally sighed at me and then growled at me. I was like, you little horror. Right, now then, 2 different ways of resizing your reflections, okay? I'm going to do the one for the SDX first because it's different to the one with the CM, although you can do it both ways on an SDX, but I wanted to show you this. So, from Little Potting Club, which is one that we've got more stock of, which is good. When I came to print this morning, I've chosen, so if you have a look on here, you'll see on our reflections, what we do is we always put the name of the collection, then we put the name of the file, and then we put the size of the file. If there isn't a size on the sheet, it means it's the original. So any sizes other than the original will be on that reflection, okay? So when I got to my print settings, instead of doing it at 100%, I did it at 75%, okay? So it's super easy to do that on an SDX. So we're going to retrieve the information from the USB. We're going to go to Little Potting Club, because that's the name of the collection. We're going to go to Billy and Bernie, because that's the name of the file. And we want the reflection cut, and we want the small one, because that's what we've chosen to print. I'm then going to go to my reflection cuts because that's what I need, and I'm going to press OK and put this on what we call a workable mat where I can then start to play with it and manipulate it. So if I go to Edit, Multiple Select, everything that's on the mat, because all of those are separate pieces at the moment. We need to move the file to line it up, so we're going to group it together. Finished on that screen, but I want to edit the object again and group it. So now I can move this around wherever I want it to be. Now then, I resize my print to 75%. You can do that on your SDX. So you just hit the percentage button on your resize screen, and we're going to take that down to 75%, okay? And then we're going to scan this in. I wanted to show you a couple of different ways and how to do that, because sometimes even if we do a smaller version, it's not quite small enough, because it's all about that perspective, isn't it, and building up those scenes. So now we do it just the way that we would have done before. So we press OK a couple of times, and again, and we go to scan, this scanner here, and we press start, and that's going to scan that in for you. Then all we do is line it up the way that we did before. So super easy on an SDX because you've got that percentage button. Now you can scale it down as a percentage in Canvas Workspace. So if you wanted to send that file into Canvas, group it, and then do the percentage resize, you can do that as a CM user, which is good, isn't it? I like that. I like that because I don't ever want to leave you guys behind, because without you, this wouldn't exist, right? So we're going to go into Edit, and we're going to zoom in, and we're going to zoom in to 400%. Now, all I'm looking at now is lining up that rectangle over the black rectangle. So the red box over the black one. And also on an SDX, you can do this while you're in zoom mode, so you can adjust it while in zoom. Now look at that, fits perfectly. So if I'm going to object edit, ungroup it, this is the bit where people get stuck, tap the screen to release the shapes. Then we're going to get rid of that rectangle because I don't need that. And now all we need to do is keep pressing OK until we get to please select and cut, and then we will start. And it will go ahead now and cut those out for me. Couldn't be easier. Right, while that's doing that, I want to talk to you about the deal that we've got, please, on the SDX 1200, because this is fabulous. This is the one that sits on my desk all day, every day. Sorry, Sean. It's like that, to lean over a counter, can't quite get there. It's fine there, don't worry about it. This is the one that sits on my desk. This is the one that Amanda bought and chooses to use. So let me talk to you about what's in the box, first of all. So you're going to get your regular auto blade. Now this is a true auto blade. So when it comes to select a material, it's not a drop down menu. It literally goes along and reads the depth of the material that's on your mat. That's what sets it apart from some of the other machines where it is a drop down menu. You're also going to get your fabric blade in here. Now this fabric blade is absolutely phenomenal. I've cut the tattered lace chandelier SVG file at the original size out of fabric, and you couldn't even see where it had cut. It's that good. Then you're going to get the Brother pen holder, and you get two erasable pens. So the blue one is water soluble and the purple one is air erasable. You're also then going to get 6 of these because you get a black one as well. Somebody's run out of a pen and decided to borrow it. Then you also get your stylus and your spatula included as well, okay? Then you also get a roll of green tape. It's double-sided tape. It's called a high contact adhesive sheet. And you put that as a fabric crafter on a low tack mat, which means that you then don't have to stabilize your fabric to cut it. But you also get a little roll of iron-on stabilizer as well with it. Right, so also in the box you get a standard mat and a low tack mat. So they're worth $24.75 each, okay? Now then, inside the machine's memory, so you've got 1,303 images, icons, shapes, all of that kind of thing. Then you're also going to get 17 fonts, uppercase, lowercase, numbers and punctuation, and you're also going to get 100 quilt blocks. Now the recommended retail price for this is $5.99. We brought it down to $4.99 for you, but that's before your club discount. Then you'll get your points back, and then on top of that you won't pay any postage. But here's the other thing. A few years ago now, we did 2 years worth, so 24 editions of the Tattered Lace digital subscription, and that was a magazine. So the Tattered Lace magazine was a magazine that came out monthly for the die cutters. You got die on the front, you got the first 7 or 8 projects that you could get some inspiration and use that free die for. And then the rest of the magazine, we brought out collections as we went through the months. Okay, so if you wanted to make those cards, you could do that by buying those collections. It was completely different for the ScanNCut one. And I did it this way because I wanted you to be able to open the magazine on any page where there's a project and be able to make it from scratch, have all the files, all the printables, any drawing files, all the artwork, all of it. Card base, mats and layers, main focal item, sentiment, all of it. There's even envelopes with some of them as well. So you're going to get all of that content. Now this is what one looks like printed out. You don't have to print it out because you can follow it along on your computer. But look at that. All the cutting files, doesn't matter which page you turn to, you could make that. Now, we're including that in this deal. This is worth £720 because it would have been £30 an issue. If we'd done them separately, that would have been the cost. That is incredible value for money. You've got classes for every project with our Amanda. You've got all the cutting files that you can use again and again and again. You're getting all that artwork that you can use again and again and again. It's a brilliant, brilliant deal. Now, remember, you're going to knock your discount off that depending on which tier you're in. Then you're going to get your points back in a couple of weeks' time. That is a brilliant deal, and it's a fabulous machine. Also has that larger screen as well. Right, if you're interested in that, it's Shop Brother. It's $4.99. I get it's a considered purchase, but look at the price of these USBs. Even at full price, right, let's say you've got 4 collections on a USB, or 4 die collections, and each one of those die collections, let's be conservative. Well, let's say 3 collections, and let's do each one at £50. That's £150. You could buy 12 collections for £45 today. So you've already saved £100. Put it towards that. And I can make them bigger, I can make them smaller, I can flip them, I can draw them, I can emboss them. If the ScanNCut is something that you've been thinking about, that deal is absolutely something that you should consider, because it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now look at this, even though we've done the small and we've still made it smaller, if I just take this little chap off here, and just be careful because these lines are really, really fine, look at that. Now, if anybody says, oh, it just cuts out basic shapes, look at that. Look how fine it's managed to get that there. Isn't that incredible? Love that. So that's how you resize as a percentage, okay? Right, I'm going to go back and do another couple of USBs because I don't want anybody missing out. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do it if you've put several on one sheet, okay? So we'll do that. Let me get these off really quickly, and then we know when we come back we're good. I think I need a new mat. I think this has been going for a good few years, and your mats will end up like this. Don't worry about that. Just give it a rinse under the tap, scrape off any residue, and then retack it with your stencil glue. You all right, Amber? That's gone?
They're all gone.
All of these have gone?
Yeah.
Flipping heck. What am I going to do at 12 o'clock? Wow, well done. Good grief. Right, well, that's cleared the counter down a bit. Right, now then, I'm going to talk to you about this one first. Now, we've just been talking about that digital subscription, haven't we? So, when we were doing the magazines, a little bit of a backstory to this. So, let's say, for example, we would bring you a tattered lace die collection, and there were 8 dies in that collection. But the design team for the magazine only used 5 of them. So the other 3 of them went into a bank of artwork, okay? When we did the magazines, we literally took the projects that were in the die cutting magazine and converted them to SVG files. So those 3 extra files that were put in that bank of artwork were never on in the digital subscription, okay? So what we did then was we went back into the archives of that artwork, and we brought out and we completed your collection. That's why it's called Shop Complete. Now, you don't have to have had the digital subscription to use this. You've just got some beautiful pieces of artwork. And a lot of these will still have the charisma to go with them. So you've got a little bit more. You've got your florals in here. You've got the beautiful corners in there. You've got all your finishing touches. Now, something like that is brilliant because you could cut that out of mailer and use it as a stencil. You've got borders in here. You've got making an impression. You've got more bold florals. You've got borders, tags, crescents, foliage. You've got lacy panels, different tags. You've got loads of different ones. Banners on here, making a pop-up box, a bridge of hope, all of these different ones down here. You've got your cornucopia. That's going to be brilliant because then you will be able to do things like that with each of those corners. So use the outside as an aperture, cut the detail in. Amber, can you just have a look at the TV, please? Then you've also got your fine lace flourishes. You've got your fine lace wrap. Now remember, you can draw these, foil them, emboss them, do all those brilliant things that we do. Oh, set the juggler. Then you've got a scroll. You've got your doves of peace. You've got a couple of religious ones in there as well. You've got bows, you've got safety pins, you've got all sorts. But these chinoiserie tuck-ins are fabulous. And then you've got your florals and your terrific tassels. There you go. Now that one, shop complete, $14.99. Right, now then, let's have a conversation about this, shall we? So for those of you that have been in the club, and just in case you're wondering, I'm filming it this afternoon. We're a bit stuck at the moment because Lauren's still on maternity and Andrew's going off on paternity. So we're trying to get everything done at once, but it will be filmed this afternoon for you, and it's a nice one. I'm happy with it. I'm really pleased. I think you'll learn a lot. But what I also do is something called made from the memory. Because a lot of other cutting machines out there, they give you like a dozen shapes or a couple of dozen shapes or maybe 100 shapes. Because you get so many with your ScanNCut, what I decided to do was do something called made from the memory, where I did 10 projects from the shapes that are pre-installed into your ScanNCut's memory. Okay. Now this is a little bit more, it's not difficult, it will just take you longer to do because there are no cutting files with this. You designed them, but you're getting over, well, just under actually 15 hours worth of class showing you how to create each file. Now when I say a file, if we have a look at this picture here, I mean, how do we create that label shape? How do we make the rosette? How do we make that sprig? Because that sprig doesn't exist. You've got love in there. How do we draw with our pen? How do we do all these amazing things? How do we make that Eiffel Tower? How do we do the grid? How do we get rid of the circle, the half circle that's down there? How do we make all of these flowers? Because everything is made from scratch. Now, this was $39.99. We brought it down to $9.99 for you last week, and I pleaded and got it added to this show at that price. So you're getting 10 projects. I'm really sorry I can't show you the projects, but they've been given away. I know we do this all the time and then go, why do we do that? But you can see 3 of them there. You've got cards in there. You've got different card styles, teach you how to do circles of circles, all sorts of different things. It's brilliant. And after your discount, it's less than £1 per project. Now, if you haven't already got this, please get it. Even if you haven't taken your ScanNCut out of the box already, get it, because you will get to a point where you will be able to do this. And I hold your hand. 15 hours worth of classes, holding your hand and showing you how to create all of these amazing projects. Shop memory, $9.99. You've got a £70 saving. Now, if you came here for 15 classes, it wouldn't cost you $9.99, let me tell you that. Right, so if you want that with video education, don't expect there to be any cutting files because there aren't. It's all those videos, but that will take you to that next level. And even when you think, oh, I can't do that, yes, you can. You just follow the step-by-steps. If you do exactly what I've done, you will get that result, which is brilliant, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at spare mats now, shall we? Because even though I retack my mats to within an inch of its life, oh gosh, I shouldn't show you the back of that, that's really bad. Please don't ever let your mats get like this. Clean them. There is a grit, you'll hear it, listen. So if I do it down here, you can hear it. If I do that here, can't hear it as much. This is when you know you need a new mat. So turn it over, and when the grid, you can properly hear it down there. You can't hear as much there. That's because every time the mat's loaded in, those rollers take it in, it compresses that grip. And eventually it will go flat, and then your mat will start to do this because it can't grip it to take it in. So at that stage, you're going to need a new mat. So we've got a low tack mat for you. This one, this is the one that's got the blue on. And if you're ever wondering on our website, which is the SDX has the diamond at the top. The CM, it looks like a little coat hanger, but these are your SDX ones. So you've got your low tack there, shop low, $24.75. Now, if these would only lasting as long as they last, you'd be like, blinking it, that's a lot. But actually, this mat I've probably had for the best part of 2 years, and I'm still retacking it. And I will continue to retack it until it starts to slide. Okay, so if you want that one, that's shop low. If you want the standard mat, you can also have that, shop standard, $24.75, which is amazing value for money. Right, shall we go and do the other reflections now and see how we do this one? Come with me. We might have to find something else for 12 o'clock. It's one of those. Right, now then, a different way of doing your reflections. So I printed this off, the small version, and then I wanted 2 on the sheet. Okay, so I just asked it to do 2 on a sheet, but now we have to make that cutting file fit this. Okay, so this is what you would do on your CM if you don't want to go into Canvas Workspace. So first of all, let's lay that down on our mat. Use your scraper to burnish it down. And you know we've got accessories coming back in from Brother. So if you want something like your vinyl starter kit, please go onto highlightcrafts.com, go onto the product, and you can request an email when that product comes back into stock. We've been doing that with our sublimation printers to make sure that everybody in order got what they'd ordered. Okay, so that's how you're going to do that. Right, let's bring on this file then again and let me show you this. So let's press home and OK. So USB goes into the side of your machine. You'll notice there's no computer here at all. We're going to retrieve the information from the USB just like we did before. Little Potting Club. We're going to go into Billy and Bernie. We're going to go to the reflections and we're going to go to the small. Okay, and we want the actual reflection cut, not the decoupage. So we're going to press OK. We're going to group it together. So multiple select, everything on the mat, press OK, go to Object, Edit and Group it. And now what we need to do is super simple. All you need to do is take a ruler, measure the height of that rectangle, which is 172 mil, and resize it to that. That's all you need. You don't need the width, just 172. Now that's 129 wide, all right? So you can always check. Look at that, bang on. 129 right there. So we now know that that is going to fit this. It's good, that, isn't it? But we want 2 of them. So we're going to press OK. We're going to duplicate it so that we have 2 of them, and we're going to press OK. Now we're going to scan this in. So you could do 2, 4, 6, 8, whatever you want. Good though, isn't it? Now these are going to come out even smaller than that. It's really exciting. Love it. Love this bit that you can do this. Right, so now we're going to scan it in. And this is one of the many reasons why I wouldn't buy a machine now that didn't have a scanner in it. Because I can do this. In fact, we've been looking at doing Cricut files because we're going on Hobbycraft TV and they sell Cricut. They'll now be selling ScanNCut as well, fingers crossed. Well, they will, because I'm going on air with it on Sunday. What I love, what was I saying? Gone, it's gone, completely gone. Cricut. Yes, we have been looking at files for Cricut. Thank you, Sean. This happened. You're used to Diane doing this, aren't you? So I'm like, this is brilliant, because Sean's used to this. Right, so Cricut. We have to save the files differently for Cricut than we do for ScanNCut, and it was interesting because they said if we compound them, so it's a technical term, we can then sell them for Cricut. And I said, yes, we can, but we need to do instructions. And one of our customers has written instructions on how to use the files on Cricut, but it's like 4 or 5 pages long. I just scanned it in. Now, all I'm going to do is position those rectangles over these rectangles. All right, so we'll go into Edit and we'll zoom in to 400%. And then all I need to do is nudge this up so that one fits, and nudge it across a little bit so that that one fits. And then these buttons here, these arrows, move your screen. Okay, and then I can just drop that one over there like that. Now I'm just going to nudge that up a little bit. And then we've got this. Now, it's looking there like it's a little bit too wide, this one. So I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to Object Edit rather, resize. I'm going to click on that one. I'm going to separate the height and the width, and I'm just going to make that a little bit narrower, okay? And then it will fit perfectly, okay? So we'll do one with and one without. So Object Edit, ungroup, tap the screen. This one, ungroup, tap the screen. Now I like to get rid of the rectangles, and the reason for that is if I only want to cut a couple of these, which is what we're going to do, I don't want to waste the rest of them by getting rid of the rectangle, so that when I come back to cut the rest of them, that rectangle, that positioning rectangle is no longer there. That's no good. We don't want that. So if I just want to cut the top row from each one, I can literally drag over the images so it can't see it, press OK, and again, and then it will only find these at the top. Don't worry that that one's selected, it makes no difference. It can't see it as a complete shape. So now I just keep pressing OK until I get to please select and cut. Now this is why I love the ScanNCut. It tells you there is a pattern out of the effective area. The pattern cannot be cut or drawn, but it's OK to continue. So press OK, and then we just press start, and then it's going to go in and cut those out. So I wanted to show you that because it's not just about the size that we give you. You can't go bigger with your reflections unless you bought that A3 printer. And if you bought the A3 printer, you can then go bigger. Now, if you wanted, for example, these gardening gloves, but you wanted just that, but big, if you, oh no, because did we do MCS with this? I'm sure we must have done MCS with this, with the 2 red robins. No, I don't know either. If anything like this that's got Minecraft Studio with it, check it out, have a look on the website. You can take that one image into Minecraft Studio and make it the size of A4 if you want to. And then at the bottom of Minecraft Studio, you'll see there's a height and a width. Make a note of that and then resize just that individual cutting file to that size, and then you can have them bigger. So there's different ways. You can do it with Minecraft Studio. Minecraft Studio is free. If you haven't downloaded that yet, please do so, because it's absolutely brilliant. And the two together are incredible. So every time I've watched Diana over the years, somebody's messaged in and gone, how do I cut it out? This. The two together, brilliant. And it's a graphics program for crafters. I didn't go down that road because I didn't think I'd be able to use it. Oh, it's so fabulous. It's so easy to use because it's in our language. You know, scissors, cut, crop, all of those words that we use. It's not in tech jargon. It's in a crafter's language, which is brilliant. Right, let's unload this now for you. And you'll see now when I peel this back, I've got my 4 little Billy and Bernies, but I've still got this intact. So when I come back to do this again, I can still do that, which is fabulous, isn't it? Love that. Right, let me come back down here. I just want to do a quick recap on this cardstock for you because I don't want anybody missing out on this. I got mine. I'm stocking up on these because card is getting more and more expensive. So while we've got it on a deal like this,
20% of what we've got left.
Okay, 20% of what we've got left is already gone. Wow.
Oh.
Nice to meet you. Mind if it's on today. Right, in this box you are going to get 30 sheets of A5. This cardstock is a beautiful quality. It does have a very slight texture to it. It's really difficult to see, but it's almost like Basildon Bond. You know when you used to buy that really expensive notepaper to write your thank you letters at Christmas? It's that kind of thing. But it's about $2.40, $2.50. So not only is it good for your ScanNCut, it's brilliant for your die cuts. Look at that. That's fabulous, right? This was one of the tattered lace dies we had on yesterday. But you're going to get 30 of your A5. You're going to get 60 A4. You're then going to get 30 12 by 12. Now, even if you're not a ScanNCut user or a scrapbooker, think about how many 6 by 6 pieces you can get out of an A4 card. You can get one. You can't get a single 6 by 6 card base out of it. Out of here, you can get 2 bases or 4 6 by 6 squares. So 12 by 12 is a really good economical way of buying your cardstock. And then on top of that, I love the fact that we've done this because this means you can make your crackers and your boxes bigger. You've got 30 A3. Now normally these posh cards, we do them at $29.99. We did a deal on one for you last week which sold out before lunchtime, at $19.99, and we've decided to bring you that deal again. This is different to the one you bought last week. The one last week was about construction. It was thicker. It was like $3.20, $3.40. It's a really thick, sturdy card. Still cut on your ScanNCut, but more for your construction weight. This you can use with your dies. It scores beautifully. So you've got an offset gatefold card there. Also, you can make your little table settings if that's what you want to do with it. Look, cuts beautifully, little table settings. You can split your shapes. We've been doing that quite a lot, haven't we, splitting shapes. So you've got that on there as a gatefold. But as a ScanNCut user, look at this. You can just cut that out a few times. Spray adhesive, use your spray adhesive on the back so it's completely flat, and then you wouldn't even need to run it through a die cutting machine to make it look like embossed card. Amber's waving at me to tell me that I need to say goodbye to you. So please check out your baskets. I don't want anybody missing out. Coming up next is Lily and Amanda with the deal on a foil pen. You don't want to miss that. Please tune in. And I'll see you back here at 10 with David. Rice papers. Don't miss that either. See you in a bit.